A special debate being held in the House of Commons tonight as federal leaders discuss the tragic discovery of the remains of 215 children at a former residential school in Kamloops.
What we know is that the discovery in Kamloops is part of a larger tragedy, and that from coast to coast to coast, many children forced into the residential school system disappeared without a trace. We know that the harm caused by the legacy of these institutions plays out today in the intergenerational trauma so many families must deal with. And we know that Indigenous peoples still face racism, systemic discrimination, and unacceptable injustices.
This isn't a surprise. There are many examples of Indigenous children being killed, dying at residential schools. But the uncovering of this site is something that opened up wounds and requires healing. And Chief Roseanne Casimir reminded me of the importance of the community, the need for the community to heal, and the importance of the federal government to support in that healing.
This weekend, my 9-year-old son, Jack, asked me why the flags were at half-mast in Ottawa. I had the difficult task of explaining to my son the terrible news of the graves of children found at the site of a residential school. "Kids aren't supposed to die at school, Dad," he told me. Sometimes the moral clarity of a child reminds us of our responsibilities as parliamentarians. As a parent, it's devastating to think that 215 children were buried by their school and lost for decades. As an MP and as leader of the Conservative Party, this tragic discovery is a stark reminder of our duty to heal the wounds from this horrific part of our history.
Opposition leader Erin O'Toole and NDP leader Jagmeet Singh called for the government to speed up efforts to follow through on recommendations from the Truth and Reconciliation Commission that deal with missing children.